Have you ever stopped to think about how a really big company, a huge one, buys all the things it needs? We're talking thousands of laptops, mountains of office supplies. It's definitely not as simple as a quick trip to the store. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the world of business buying and explore the digital shift that changed everything.
I mean, really, think about the scale of it. A company needs everything from software and servers to the chairs people sit on and the paper clips that hold reports together. They can't just send someone out to the local market for all that. So how on earth do they manage it? Well, they need a special system for it.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll break down exactly what E Procurement is. Then we'll do a little time travel to see the old way of buying things and compare it to the new way. After that, we'll look at why the new way is just so much better. And finally, and this is the important part, we'll talk about what all of this means for you.
All right, first up, what in the world is E Procurement? It might sound like a complicated business term, but trust me, we're going to make this super simple to understand. Okay, before we even get to the E part, let's just look at the word procurement. It sounds kind of fancy, right? But all it really means is the act of buying things for a business. That's it. Simple as that.
Now let's just stick that little E on the front, E Procurement. And yeah, you probably guessed it, that E stands for electronic, just like an email. So when you put it all together, E Procurement is just buying things for a business using the internet.
Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like this. You know how you go on Amazon or Flipkart to buy something? You browse, you click, you pay, and it shows up at your door? Well, e-procurement is pretty much the exact same thing, but it's for a whole company buying, say, 500 office chairs instead of you just buying one book.
But, of course, it wasn't always this easy. Before the internet was everywhere, how did companies get all their stuff? Well, let's take a quick look at the old way. And, spoiler alert, it involved a lot of paper and even more waiting around.
The whole process was completely manual. Can you imagine? An employee would have to physically write down an order on a paper form, put that form into an envelope, and actually send it through the mail. And then you just had to wait for days and days. And the whole time, you were just crossing your fingers, hoping there were no typos or mistakes on that original form. Okay, now let's fast forward back to today. The internet completely transformed this entire process. The new way of doing things is, as you can probably guess, a whole lot faster and a whole lot smarter.
So what's it like now? It's all digital. You log into a special website for the company, browse an online catalog, and add what you need to a shopping cart. With just a click, the order is sent and paid for, all electronically. The result? The supplies you need show up in a fraction of the time. No paper, no stamps, no waiting.
So it's pretty clear that the new way is better, right? But let's dig into the why. What are the huge advantages that make e-procurement the absolute winner for any modern business?
When you put them side by side like this, it's really night and day. The old way was painfully slow. The new way is incredibly fast. The old way was filled with human errors and mistakes. The new way has very few. But it all comes down to this. The old way cost more money because of all that wasted time in fixing mistakes. The new way directly saves companies money.
And check out this chart. It really puts it all into perspective. What could have taken up to 10 days in the past, 10 days to buy just one thing, can now be done in a single day. For any business, that kind of speed is a total game changer. So, okay, this is obviously a massive deal for businesses. But why should this matter to you? Well, it turns out that just understanding this simple idea can actually give you a pretty big advantage for your own future career. Knowing about e-procurement is a really valuable skill you can take into the job market. It shows that you get how a modern business really works from the inside. And this isn't just something for the giant corporations either. Companies of all sizes, big and small, right here in India, are using it. And when all those companies can save time and money, they can grow faster, and that's fantastic for our whole economy. So, we've gone from paper and pixels, a journey that has made companies so much faster and so much smarter. In our own lives, we buy almost everything with a click. And now, businesses do too. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What's the next big thing? What's the next part of our lives that's going to make that same leap from the physical world to the digital one?